Before we begin, take 1 second and subscribe, because what you're about to hear is not entertainment. It's a mental reset. If you're serious about changing your life, your income, and your future, this channel is for you. Now listen carefully. This message is not for everyone. This is for the person who is tired of dreaming, tired of waiting, tired of knowing they were meant for more. If that's you, stay focused. Part 1. The power of a burning desire. The harsh truth most people never hear. Let's start with the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence. They don't fail because they lack opportunities. They fail because they never decide what they truly want. They wish, they hope, they talk, but they don't decide. And there's a massive difference between wanting something casually and wanting something so badly that it burns inside you. Success does not respond to wishes. Success responds to clarity, commitment, and obsession. Why desire is the real starting point. Everything that has ever been built, every business, every fortune, every breakthrough, started as an idea powered by desire. Not a weak desire, not a maybe one day desire, a burning desire. A desire so strong that quitting is no longer an option. If your desire is weak, your actions will be weak. If your desire is strong, your actions become unstoppable. This is where most people lose the game before it even starts. The mind does not respond to confusion. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it has rules. One of those rules is simple. The mind works best when it knows exactly what it's aiming for. If you say, I want money, I want success, I want a better life, that's not a goal. That's noise. Your mind needs precision. How much money? By when? Doing what? Why do you want it? Clarity is power. Vagueness is weakness. Most people live without a definite purpose. Here's something uncomfortable but true. Most people wake up every day without a clear purpose. They react to life instead of directing it. They let bills decide their actions, fear control their choices, comfort limit their potential. And then they wonder why nothing changes. A person without a definite purpose is easy to distract. A person with a definite purpose is dangerous. The moment everything changes. There is a moment, a silent moment, when a person decides, I am no longer available for a small life. That moment changes everything. Because once you decide, you stop negotiating with excuses. You stop listening to doubt. You stop accepting limitations. You don't wait for confidence. You move first. Confidence follows. Burn the bridges. High achievers share one trait. They burn the bridges behind them. They don't leave a comfortable exit. They don't keep a backup plan that keeps them weak. They commit so deeply that success becomes the only option. Comfort creates hesitation. Hesitation kills momentum. When retreat is impossible, progress becomes inevitable. Why most people quit too early. Here's another truth. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. They stop when things get uncomfortable. They stop when results take longer than expected. They stop when progress becomes invisible. But growth is silent before it's loud. Just because you don't see results yet does not mean nothing is happening. Quitting is easy, persistence is rare, and rarity creates value. Failure is not the enemy. Let's redefine failure. Failure is not losing. Failure is not falling. Failure is giving up the lesson. Every setback contains information. Every obstacle contains direction. The only people who truly fail are those who stop trying to improve. Pain is not punishment. Pain is instruction. What you think daily is shaping your future. Your dominant thoughts influence your decisions, guide your habits, attract your outcomes.
If you constantly think in terms of lack, fear, and limitation, your actions will reflect that. If you think in terms of growth, opportunity, and belief, your behavior changes automatically. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your thinking. You must see it before you hold it. Everything you want must exist in your mind before it exists in your hands. If you can't picture it clearly, you won't pursue it consistently. Visualization is not fantasy, it's mental rehearsal. Your mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Use that. The 6 core steps. Foundation. Here is a simple framework you must internalize. 1. Decide exactly what you want. 2. Decide what you're willing to give in return. 3. Set a clear deadline. 4. Create a plan, even if it's imperfect. 5. Act immediately. 6. Reinforce your belief daily. No shortcuts, no skipping steps. Discipline beats motivation every time. Why belief matters more than talent. Talent without belief collapses under pressure. Belief without talent finds a way. Belief keeps you moving when results are slow. Belief keeps you standing when others quit. You don't need to believe it will be easy. You only need to believe it is possible. Once the mind accepts something as possible, it begins searching for methods automatically. The world rewards decision. The world does not reward hesitation. It rewards clarity. It rewards the person who says, "This is what I'm building. This is who I'm becoming. This is non-negotiable." Once you decide, opportunities appear, people appear, ideas appear. Indecision repels progress. You are not late. Let this sink in. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not broken. You are simply undeclared. The moment you declare your purpose is the moment your life gains direction. Age doesn't matter. Background doesn't matter. Past failures don't matter. Decision matters. Direct message to you. If you're listening to this right now, it means something inside you is awake. Don't ignore it. That inner discomfort, that restlessness, that hunger, that's not weakness. That's potential demanding expression. Most people silence it. You don't have to. This is only part 1. In part 2, we'll go deeper into belief, faith, mental programming, and how to condition your mind for unstoppable action. If this message hit you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay ready. Your next level starts with the next decision.
Part 2. Mental Programming and Unbreakable Belief. Welcome back. If you're still here, that means something inside you is serious. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Because what we're building here is not motivation for one day. It's a mindset for life. Now, listen closely. In Part 1, we talked about desire, real desire, not wishes. In Part 2, we go deeper. Because desire without belief is frustration, and belief without discipline is fantasy. This is where most people collapse. The real battle is internal. Let me tell you something nobody warns you about. The hardest part of success is not the work. It's not the competition. It's not the lack of resources. The hardest part is reprogramming your own mind. You are fighting years of conditioning, years of doubt, years of hearing, "Be realistic, play it safe." That's not for people like you. And unless you take control of your inner world, your outer world will never change. Your mind is a program, not your identity. You were not born with limits. You were trained into them. Your beliefs are learned. Your fears are learned. Your standards are learned. Which means one powerful thing: they can be unlearned. The mind works through repetition and emotion. Whatever you think about consistently with feeling becomes familiar.
and whatever becomes familiar feels true, even if it's false. That's how people stay broke, stuck, and scared, not because it's reality, but because it's familiar. Why belief comes before results. Most people say, "I'll believe it when I see it." That's backward. High performers say, "I'll see it because I believe it." Belief is not pretending. Belief is deciding that quitting is no longer an option. You don't need evidence to start. You need commitment. Results come after persistence, not before. Faith is not religion, it's mental discipline. Faith means acting before proof appears. Faith means moving while doubt is still talking. Faith means continuing when progress is invisible. Every breakthrough in history looked impossible before it happened. If you wait until something feels safe, guaranteed, or comfortable, you'll wait forever. Certainty is built through action, not thinking. Your self-talk is shaping your future. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself when nobody is listening. Do you say, "I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I'll start later, I missed my chance"? That voice is not truth. That voice is programming. And if you don't interrupt it, it will dictate your life. High-level people don't have fewer negative thoughts. They just don't obey them. Replace doubt with commands. Here's a rule. Your mind responds to commands, not complaints. Complaining weakens you. Deciding strengthens you. Instead of, "I hope this works," say, "I will find a way." Instead of, "This is hard," say, "I'm getting stronger." Instead of, "What if I fail?" say, "What if I succeed?" Your nervous system listens to your language. Speak like a leader to yourself. Visualization is not optional. If you can't see it clearly, you won't pursue it consistently. Visualization is how you train your brain to recognize opportunity. When you repeatedly imagine yourself winning, executing, succeeding, your brain starts adjusting your behavior to match that image. You begin to notice opportunities, take bolder action, tolerate discomfort better. This is not magic, this is neuroscience. Conditioning your identity. Here's something powerful. You don't rise to goals, you fall to identity. If you see yourself as someone who quits, someone who plays small, someone who doubts, your actions will always return to that level. You must upgrade your self-image. Start seeing yourself as disciplined, focused, resilient, unstoppable. Act like that version even before it feels natural. Identity changes first, results follow. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Discipline is doing the work when you don't feel like it, when nobody is watching, when results are slow. That's why discipline builds confidence. Every kept promise to yourself strengthens your belief. Most people stop when the mind gets loud. Here's what happens right before growth. Fear increases, doubt gets louder, excuses sound smarter. That's not a sign to stop, that's a sign you're close. Growth feels like danger to the old version of you. If you don't push through that discomfort, you stay the same. You must decide who you listen to. You cannot build a strong future while listening to weak voices. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Some people will project their limits onto you. Some will mock what they don't understand. Some will doubt because they never tried. Protect your mind. You don't need validation. You need alignment. Daily mental routine, non-negotiable. If you're serious, do this daily. 1. Read your goals out loud. 2. Visualize the outcome vividly. 3. Affirm who you are becoming. 4. Take one uncomfortable action. Consistency beats intensity. Small daily actions compound into massive results. Remember this: you don't attract what you want, you attract what you consistently think, believe, and act upon. Change your thinking, strengthen your belief, control your actions, and your life has no choice but to change.
Part 3. Persistence, Rejection, and the Power to Never Quit. Most people never make it this far, not because they're incapable, but because they quit when pressure shows up. Today, we talk about the skill that separates winners from everyone else: persistence. This is not hype, this is survival. Why talent loses to persistence. Talent is common, persistence is rare. Talent feels good at the beginning. Persistence feels uncomfortable for a long time. That's why talent alone collapses under resistance, while persistence builds momentum. The world doesn't reward the most gifted, it rewards the most consistent. If you can stay in the game longer than others, you win by default. Rejection is not personal, it's positional. Let's kill a dangerous myth. Rejection is not about your worth. Rejection means wrong timing, wrong context, wrong audience. That's it. Every no is simply feedback, not a verdict. People who succeed don't take rejection personally, they take it professionally. Emotion drains energy. Analysis creates leverage. Detach your ego, protect your mission. Most people quit because they misread signals. Here's what happens right before success. Resistance increases, doubts multiply, progress slows, and people say, "This isn't working." Wrong. That's exactly when it is working. Growth always demands discomfort. If it felt easy, everyone would do it. Pain is not a stop sign, it's a checkpoint. Temporary defeat is part of the process. Failure is not final unless you declare it final. Every setback carries data: what to adjust, what to improve, what to remove. The only people who don't learn are those who quit too early to collect the lesson. Loss is tuition. Pay it, learn fast, move forward. The difference between quitters and builders. Quitters stop when motivation fades. Builders continue when motivation disappears. Builders rely on systems, not emotions. Schedules, habits, routines, these create stability when feelings fluctuate. If you only act when you feel good, your results will be average at best. Consistency beats intensity every time. Pressure reveals identity. Pressure doesn't break you, it reveals who you already are. Under pressure, weak commitments dissolve, strong standards rise. This is why difficult moments are valuable. They show you where your discipline is real and where it's fake. Welcome pressure, it's upgrading you. You must decide what quit means. High performers redefine quitting. They quit bad habits, weak environments, limiting beliefs, but they never quit the mission. If the plan fails, change the plan. If the strategy fails, change the strategy. Never change the goal. Most people stop at the wrong time. Here's the brutal truth. Success is often one decision, one attempt, one adjustment away, but people stop too soon because they expect fast confirmation. Progress is quiet before it's loud, invisible before it's obvious. Stay long enough and the curve always turns. Discipline creates resilience. Resilience is built, not inherited. Every time you do the work when you don't feel like it, you reinforce one powerful identity. I am someone who finishes. That identity is priceless. Finish what you start, even imperfectly. Momentum respects completion. Handle doubt like a professional. Doubt will visit. Let it pass. Don't host it. You don't argue with doubt. You outwork it. Action quiets fear faster than thinking ever will. Move first, confidence follows. Your environment is either fuel or poison.
Check your inputs, who you listen to, what you consume, how you spend your time. Weak inputs create weak outcomes. Protect your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. A simple rule for tough days. On hard days, don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. One call, one page, one rep, one decision. Small actions keep momentum alive. Momentum beats motivation. The compound effect of not quitting. Here's what persistence really does. Day by day, it builds skill, confidence, credibility. Eventually, the same people who doubted you will call you lucky. Let them. Luck is what consistency looks like from the outside. Remember this, you don't need more motivation. You need a deeper commitment. Commitment doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done, and then it executes.
Part 4. Purpose, Action, and Locking in Your New Identity. If you made it this far, understand this. You're no longer the same listener who started Part 1. Awareness changes people. Commitment transforms them. This final part is where everything connects: mindset, belief, persistence, and action into a system you can live by. Purpose is what holds everything together. Motivation fades. Emotion fluctuates. Energy rises and falls. Purpose remains. Purpose is the reason you keep going when excitement disappears. Without it, discipline collapses. With it, pressure becomes manageable. Your purpose does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be deeply personal. If your reason is strong, your actions become non-negotiable. Stop waiting for clarity. Move first. Clarity does not come from thinking. Clarity comes from engagement. Most people wait to feel ready. High performers act while uncertain. Movement creates feedback. Feedback creates adjustment. Adjustment creates progress. You don't need the perfect plan. You need a working one. Start where you are. Improve as you go. Action is the real difference. Everyone thinks. Everyone plans. Few people execute. Execution is uncomfortable. That's why it works. Action exposes weakness, but it also creates growth. The fastest way to eliminate fear is to move directly through it. Thinking prepares you. Action transforms you. Build systems, not just goals. Goals give direction. Systems create results. If your success depends on motivation, it's fragile. If it depends on systems, it's stable. Create routines that support your future. Fixed work hours, daily learning, consistent execution. When behavior becomes automatic, success becomes inevitable. Identity is the final level. You don't rise to goals, you fall to identity. When success becomes who you are instead of what you want, resistance disappears. Start acting like a disciplined person, a focused person, a finisher, even before it feels natural. Your brain adapts to what you repeatedly do. Standards determine destiny. Your life rises or falls to the standards you accept. What you tolerate becomes permanent. What you demand improves. Raise your standards for how you use time, what you allow in your mind, who you listen to. Change standards, change life. Fear never leaves, you just outgrow it. Fear does not disappear at higher levels, it changes form. New goals bring new fears, new responsibility brings new pressure. The difference is this: fear stops beginners, it sharpens professionals. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's action despite it. Your results will delay, expect it. Reality check, results lag behind effort. That delay is where most people quit. If you expect delay, you won't panic. If you expect instant rewards, you'll sabotage consistency. Trust the process. The work is never wasted. Invisible growth becomes visible suddenly.
The world responds to commitment. When you commit fully, opportunities align, resources appear, people respond differently, not because of luck, but because clarity attracts alignment. Indecision repels support. Commitment invites it. You must become your own leader. No one is coming to save you. No one is responsible for your future but you. Self-leadership means doing the work without supervision, correcting yourself honestly, staying accountable. When you lead yourself, others follow. A daily code to live by. Live by this every day. 1. Decide your priority. 2. Act before overthinking. 3. Finish what you start. 4. Learn from feedback. 5. Repeat without drama. Simple, not easy, effective. This is a lifetime practice. There is no final destination. There is only the next level. Growth is a lifestyle, not an event. Stay hungry, stay disciplined, stay aware. Final message to you. If you remember one thing, remember this. Your life will not change by chance. It will change by choice. And the most powerful choice you can make is to decide who you are, then act in alignment with that decision daily. If this series helped shift your mindset, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay connected. More content is coming, deeper, sharper, stronger. You didn't come this far to stop now. This is just the beginning.